have discussed facts, queries, then rules, curves, the prologue, predicates, then all those things are common in any declarative programming language, any logical programming language. Now we are going towards the specific prologue, that is a logical programming language known as Prolog. So Prolog is an example of logical programming language. It is a short form for programming logic. Pro stands for programming, LOG stands for logic. Like Lisp. Lisp is an example of functional programming language. Long form of Lisp is list processing. LIS stands for list, P stands for processing. So it is the only logic programming languages in common use. If you take your specialization as AI or data science in future, you'll understand what is the importance of Prolog. Prolog is still used in designing expert systems and chatbots. So there are three parts of a Prolog program. We have already started working on online editor, Prolog editor. So you understood that we are writing facts and rules, and then we are asking the queries, and you are getting the result. So as a program, when you talk about a program like C program has some library files, then functions, and then main, from where you're calling those functions. If you take Java program, you have you import some libraries, then you have classes, and in main you create objects of those classes and call the methods of classes. Similarly, in Prolog, you have a data set or database. What is a database? It contains two type of kind of information. It contains facts and rules. So what is that information in data set? Database, facts, which are always true, and rules that says if this condition is true, then this will be true. For example, if X is father of Z and Z is father of Y, you are saying that X is grandfather of Y. Then you have command to read and load database. So you can write a program in any editor, like on Linux machines, GDB, or gedit editor, or terminal, VI editor, or you can write a program in Notepad. It is not required that you need IDE for executing this code. Save your program as .pl file, Prolog. .pl is extension for Prolog. And to run this code, for example, to run Python code, your Python program from a terminal, you use Python space, then file name .py. To run Java program, you write Java C file name .java. To run C program, you write CC compiler and file name .c. To run PL, that is Prolog file, instead of in Scheme we use load file name, but in Prolog you have to use consult. Consult is a keyword to load that program. Consult and file name. When you want to load it from any other editor. You didn't have specific editor for the Prolog, but Prolog compiler is installed on your system. Go to that terminal and just type consult and file name. So it will load that file name for execution. And you have to provide a query or goal to solve. So its terminal is like question mark and dash. And when you get that question mark and dash, then you can type a query and you'll get the result. We have seen this code, ancestor.pl. So here, this is rule or fact. Ancestor x comma y is parent x comma y. Means if x is a parent of y, you can say that x is ancestor of y. Ancestor is the father, grandfather, like the generations. So father, if parent x is parent of y, you can say that x is ancestor of y. This is a terminating condition. We are using recursion to find out ancestors. Then again, this is ancestor x comma y. You can say that if x is ancestor of z and z is ancestor of y, then x is ancestor of y. Then this is a parent of relation, parent x comma y. If x is mother of y, then x is parent of y. If x is father of y, you can say that x is parent of y. So parent of relation is mother of or father of. And here we have provided some facts. So these last three are facts, and all these four, these are rules. And this file you have saved as ancestor.pl. Just type all these lines and save your file as ancestor.pl. Then go to the terminal, question mark and dash, and load this file. Consult whatever the path name is, ancestor.pl. Then you will get again the question mark and dash. That means the file is successfully loaded and there are no errors. And then you can type a query, say ancestor Bill Sam. So here Bill is father of Jill and Jill is mother of Sam. So Bill is ancestor of Sam. If you try to solve this query, how it will proceed? So first it will check ancestor. I have to start my camera. How it solves the query. So what is a query? You have to prove that whether ancestor Bill Sam. Board is visible. So this is a query. We have to prove whether this query is true or false. Is there a fact called ancestor x comma y? Do we have a fact like this? Fact. We have only three facts: father, mother. That's it. We didn't have a fact. So we'll search for a rule. Is there a rule ancestor x comma y? So there are two rules: ancestor x comma y, parent x comma y, and ancestor. So which rule it will check? First it will check parent of. So this is my x and this is y. First instantiation of value, x is equal to b, y is equal to Sam. Then it will check whether parent of x comma y. So is there a rule where we can say that parent x b is parent of Sam? We have to check whether parent of value of x is b and value of y is Sam. You have to check whether Bill is parent of Sam. So again, parent of has two rules: mother of and father of. Mother of. Do we have a relation where Bill is mother of Sam? No. So here Bill, Sam. So this will not true. Next query is whether it is father of Bill Sam. This is also not true. So what we have to do? Is it a false? No. We have to go back and search another rule. There is one more rule for ancestor x comma y. Which says if ancestor x comma z and that comma is and ancestor z comma y. Now we have to find out whether who is descendant of x, whose ancestor is x. So ancestor x is again value of x is b. We'll search whether it is parent of Bill is parent of someone. Then we'll just check whether Bill is mother of someone or father of someone, and we'll get value of z as Bill is father of Jill. But we'll follow all those steps. Then put value of z here, Jill. And we have to check whether Jill is parent of someone, not someone, Sam. Whether Jill is mother of or father of. So we found out Jill is mother of Sam. Then we can, the system will tell, yes, Bill is ancestor of Sam. So this is how the search happens. here value of x, yes, it will return true. Now we have to check whose ancestor is Bill. So in first case, it will search whether Bill is parent of, first rule, parent of x comma y. So value of x is Bill. It will find out whose parent is Bill. Bill is parent of Jill. So first answer will be Jill. If you do next, it will match the second rule. You will find out whose parent is Jill. Jill is parent of Sam, so it will be Sam. So the query is Bill is ancestor of whom? So immediate child and grandchild. And if you press next, it will give you an error out of local stack because it's a recursion and you didn't have next value. So as is, we talked yesterday, if we are using recursion, every intermediate results are stored on the stack and the stack is limited. Stack is what? A primary memory. It's considered as a stack. It stores your local variables, intermediate results, incomplete functions. So in a recursion, number of times you call the recursion, those many functions are stored in a stack and you'll get error like stack overflow in case of C, C++, Java. And in case of Prolog, the error is out of local stack. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So there are methods how you can deal with it. Instead of loading the complete data set at a time, you just read 100 rows at a time, process on it, then free that memory, then load another 100 data sets like this. There are many ways to deal with such errors. We are coming to that. So here we have seen how Prolog finds a solution. Yesterday we talked about it. It uses depth first search, which causes immediate recursion. First, it has started with parent of, then ancestor, parent of, mother of, father of, then we are not getting the result. Go back and take another route like this. So it will go depth wise. So it is just an immediate recursion. Another example, this is again an interesting example. I want to use here online editor. So how to write a factorial program in Prolog. So here we are saying that factorial of 0 is 1. This is my result. Okay. And factorial of n is n into m. Now what is n? N minus 1 is n. Every time what I am doing is n into n minus 1. Calling the factorial again with n minus 1. So factorial of 0 is 1 and factorial of n is n into m if factorial of n minus 1 is n. This is how we can read it. So factorial 0, 1, I'll use a shortcut. Factorial of 0, 1. Factorial of n is n into n. Provided that factorial of m is n minus 1 is m. Factorial of n minus 1 is m. Here we are using recursion. So how it will work? If I give value 3, so 3 is not matching with fact 0 comma 1, so it will not return anything. But it will factorial of 3. How it will work? It should work actually. So we have these two rules, factorial of 0, 1 and factorial of n into n. If I give a query fact 0, x, so it will return value of x is equal to 1. It will match this query with the first rule and the value of x is 1. So factorial of 0 will be 1. We can check that. Fact 0 comma any variable. It's not compulsory to use x. And if I run this code, I want to put period or dot here. Value of x is 1. If I press next, it will be in a recursion mode and it will not return anything. Now, this is a recursive call for factorial of 3, how it will work. What is another rule? Fact of n is n into n, where factorial of n minus 1 is n. Now what we want? Factorial of 3 comma x. We want factorial of 3 comma x. So it will check. We didn't have a fact saying fact 3 is dash dash. So it will go into this query. Factorial of n is n into n, but we didn't know what is n. So it will call this recursion. It will call factorial of n minus 1. What is n minus 1? 2. 2 is n. But we didn't have a fact. This same factorial of 2 is something. So again it will call this rule. Factorial of n is n into n. Again n is not known. So here value of n is 2 now. So it will call factorial of 1 comma n. And then it will call factorial of 0 comma n. So then these all calls are there in the stack. For this thing, it will match with first fact. So value of n is 1 here. Now where this 1 will be given here, 1 into 1. But what is value of n? n is 1. So 1 into 1 will be 1. Now here 2 into 1 will be 2. And 3 into 2 will be 6. So you are getting value 6. You should get value 6. But see what is the result you are getting for 3. Our rules are correct. There is means it is working when we do what we can say manually or dry run. On paper, these rules are correct and it should work. It should give a result for factorial. So here instead of 0, if I write, okay, instead of 3, I'll just write 2. So there will be only 2 recursive calls. So I'm getting error. And can you read out the error? Stack limit is 0.2 GB, which is exceeded. Stack size is 3 KB. Stack depth and we cannot solve this with a recursion. Due to the stack limit. So even if you try for 1, factorial of 1, now there is only one recursive call. 1 minus 1, 0, that's it. But still, you are getting the same error. Now we'll see how to resolve this error, why this error is there. Out of stack. So problem is arithmetic is not performed automatically. Prolog is not a like programming language like C, C++, Java. Assignment is not like we are performing mathematical operations. It is based on predicate logic. It is based on logical calculus, true and false. So if you check 2 into 3 is equal to 6. 2 into 3 should be equal to 6 should be true, right? But it will say no. Here, if you say 2 into 3 is equal to 6. If you calculate 2 into 3 and then compare left hand side with right hand side and then tell you the answer, it is saying false. But if I say 6 is equal to 2 into 3, will it be true or false? It's still saying false. If instead of equal to, if I use is, now it is saying true. 6 is 2 into 3, true. Now if I say 2 into 3 is 6, will it say true or false? 2 into 3 is 6. False. In it is in expert systems where you have so many medical diagnosis or online consultation, online medical suggestions. Those apps are there, right? You just add your symptoms and it will suggest you which medicine you should take immediately, or fault diagnosis. They ask you online, my screen is not visible, press this, what is the query you are getting, and you just put your queries and it will suggest you the possible solutions. So such type decision making system, it is called decision making systems or expert systems. Uh, this Prolog is useful. Another flavor of a language. You should know all different flavors of languages, not only one language in there. So in C, C++, Java, or in FPL, I explained you L value and R value, or we discussed in unit number 2, L value and R value. The characteristics of variable, what is L value, what is R value? What is on left hand side of assignment statement? What is right hand side of assignment statement? A is equal to A plus 1. What is value of A here? Is it same? On right hand side of the assignment operator. And on right hand side of A and left hand side of A, is it same? So what this A represent? Location or value? Suppose value of A is 10, A is integer variable which is stored at some location x is 20. So right hand side is nothing but value of A, because we want to implement this value of A, 10 plus 1. We want to add 1 in the value specified by this variable A. A is pointing to value, A is pointing to address. But on right hand side of assignment statement, R value is nothing but value of that variable. And that value you want to add or do some operations on that value. And you get the result, 10 plus 1, you get 11. 11 you want to store at particular location. So left hand side denotes the location. In C++ or C, Java, C, you cannot write A plus 1 equal to A. Try this statement. You will get the error L value required. That error means L value means you need an address only one variable on left hand side of your assignment statement. The same case is applicable here. Here you cannot write expression on left hand side. Is nothing. It is not like assignment operator, but will equate that a particular left hand side value with right hand side value. So we are saying 2 into 3 equal to 6 is not working. But if you say 2 into 3 equal to 2 into 3, so it is like a pattern matching. It will match 2 into 3, 2 into 3, answer will be true. It will not evaluate 2 into 3 to some value. 6 is 2 into 3? Yes. 2 into 3 is 6? No. So we have seen L value equal to R value. So when we say 6 is 2 into 3, it is nothing but a relation, like is 6 comma 2 into 3. We are providing a fact. So arithmetic via instantiation. We want here arithmetic. It is not getting performed. N minus 1. We want it should put the value of n here, perform subtraction 3 minus 1, that is 2, and then assign it to the variable. So it is not happening. That's why it is going into the infinite stack. Even if you provide value for n as 1, it is going into infinite stack. That's why you are getting the error global stack, out of global stack error. That's why we have to find out the problem and provide the solution. So problem is n minus 1 is not happening. We want it should subtract that value and call the next fact with n minus 1, that is 2 or 1. So assignment doesn't means comparison for identity. So factorial n1, here n is equal to 0. Our first rule is fact 0 comma 1. So there we are saying that it is nothing but value of n is 0. This is our first fact. Fact 0 n 1, sorry. So here value of n should be 0. If value of n is 0, answer should be 1. So that you can write here like factorial n1, that means n is equal to 0. Each performs instantiation if left side does not have a value 8. Read it properly. Is, the operator is. 6 is 2 into 3. Is performs instantiation, means assign value to a variable if left side does not have value 8. For example, you can write a function like product x comma y z. So z is your result and x and y are your variable, and you want value of z as x into y. And you can call this product as 3, 4, n. So you'll get the result for n as 12. 3 into 4, 12. You can try it on the editor, it will work. But if you try 3y12, it will not give value of y. It will not give value of y as 4. Product x comma y comma m. M is your result. And how you define this function? M is equal to x into y. Z is, okay. Correct? This is my code. And if I write here product 2 comma 3 it is written in me z is equal to 6. I can put any values, not necessary 1 digit or 2 digit. It will perform that operation, mathematical operation. But your value of z should be 5. Z is x, y is z, sorry, x is 4, y is z, and m is 20. Arguments are not sufficient. So it will not produce any output. So the following these rules or writing the queries is very important, what you exactly want and how you can write the rules. Is does not mean assignment. Is different from assignment. It looks similar. You are assigning, you are instantiating that variable. You are saying that z is x into y, but it is not like do that value and assign it to z like this in our mathematical equation type. Here another example, sum to n comma total. We want sum of n terms. For example, sum of first 10 terms, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 10. And that should be stored in total. So it should be like a for loop. We want, it should add 1 plus next till n. And then that is the total we want to store in total. So sum n 0. If n is less than 0. Less than equal to 0, then sum will be 0 for negative numbers. So total is subtotal plus n, and where n is n minus 1. So it will always fail. We know that in factorial, it is not working, replacing n minus 1 with n. So sum to n subtotal. So 0 sum will return 0, but if you say 1 sum, it will return no. It is similar to factorial because n minus 1 is not replacing n in next recursive call. Correct. It should work logically. And we in factorial we used assignment operator, or we called that means it should indirectly assume that n minus 1 should be replaced by n in next subcall. Theoretically it is correct. Here we specified it. N is n minus 1. We used is. Still it is not working. Then what is the solution? We are trying to find out solution for our factorial problem. We want it should work. When I call factorial of 3 comma z, it should return me 24. So how you fix this problem? N minus 1 is always failed and you are not getting the answer. So what the change has made in factorial function? Here what we have done is factorial of 0 is 1, factorial of n is p. Instead of n into m, we replace n into m with another term say p, introduced one more variable p, and n1 instead of n equal to n minus 1. So it was not replacing n minus 1 with new n, we used one more term n1. n1 is n minus 1. So it will find out the result, that is 3 minus 1, and 2 value of n1 will be 2 now. And then we are calling n1 next subcall, factorial call with m, and p is n into m. Just a modification in our factorial program. We use two more variables p and n minus 1, and is instead of assignment statement we used is here. Logic is same. We want n into n minus 1 till n minus 1 returns you 0. So n1 is n minus 1, and you call factorial again. That comma means factorial, sorry, and factorial again with n1 comma m, and p is, what is p there? The output p is m into n. Now we'll check whether it is working. So this is the meaning: if n1 is n minus 1 and factorial of n1 is m, p is m into n. How to read this query? Sorry, how to read this rule? Factorial of n is p if n1 is n minus 1 and factorial of n1 is m, that is n minus 1 factorial is m, then answer, that is p is m into n. So try it on paper whether it will work. Factorial of 3, factorial of 3 is p, n1 is n minus 1, so what is n1? 2. Then you pass 2, and what is factorial of 2? Don't know. So again it will call this 2 comma p. It is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 comma m, you didn't know what is m, so it will call again 1 comma p. So here 1 is 0, n1 will be 0, factorial of 0 is 1, so this value is 1 and n is 1 again, 1 into 1, 1. Then it will return back to previous call, that was 2, 2 into 1, 2, and 3 into 2, 6. So if you write, it will give you a result. Instead of 1, 2, 3, you can go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in our code, again we'll write factorial of 0, 1. It's a fact, or for every recursion you should have some returning condition from where you want to return back. Then factorial of n should be p, provided that n1 is n minus 1, factorial of n1 is m, p is m into n. It doesn't make any difference. You can write m into n or n into n. Full stop. Fact 0 comma 0. So it's returning 1. If I write 3 comma z, now it is giving value 6. It is not going into the infinite stack. That was not the problem of our logic. That was the problem of Prolog limitations. Where Prolog cannot perform mathematical operations like any other programming language. But we have to write the query such that there is no ambiguity. You can resolve those ambiguity by adding extra variables or adding extra rules. You can check it for larger values also. Now there is no problem of local stack. Why there was a problem of local stack? It was going into infinite loop. It cannot subtract that value, and it was trying to figure out is there any matching rule or fact, and it was just doing subtraction like lazy evaluation. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2 minus 1, 0. And it was trying to match that with 0, and it was not finding the proper match. So we'll stop here.